Welcome back to AV Veterans Talk. We're continuing our conversation with this week's guest, Amanda Parrell. So, Amanda, you were on, what was the name of the ship you were on there?
USS Mount Whitney.
Mount Whitney, which was a communications ship.
Mm-hmm. Flagship.
Flagship and stuff. And so, does that ship, once again, is it part of a detachment of ships? Like, a carrier group goes out.
No.
You're an independent contractor.
What we do is, I'll put it this way. Whenever there's something going on,
mm-hmm.
you will find a communication ship.
Yeah.
You are going to have it. Reason why? Communication ship has everything.
Yeah. I don't want to give up military secrets and stuff and everything.
You'll find one maybe.
Yeah, one.
They don't normally do deployments.
Kind of like it's not like a Russian fishing ship then.
No,
it's not that. It's so
we're out in the cut, or we don't. We just stay in port.
Yeah, I gotcha. So, sea duty. You're a valley girl, right? Stuff. And I always think me and the ocean, when you get certain distances off there, did you deal with seasickness and stuff like that?
No.
And that stuff, See, I'm so jealous.
I have my sea legs. I did perfectly fine. There was a lot of girls though, and even dudes.
Yeah.
That actually, the moment we're in port, the water could be a little rough. It's the weather.
Yeah.
I don't feel good. I'm gonna throw up. Have that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what is it now? They say over a period of time you get used to it, because some of the guys, especially the World War II guys, that were, basically raised on a farm in the Midwest, they end up on a ship, and one guy said it took him about 3 months, and he goes, it was the worst part of his life. He goes, because he was constantly seasick. But after a while, it just.
Some do. I knew one girl.
Yeah.
She never did.
Never did. She
had to take Dramamine. Even the Dramamine wouldn't cut in. She's like, I don't feel it. She would look green.
Yeah.
You could tell she's no bueno for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Okay. So she should. Hopefully, she got land duty and stuff later. Yeah. Did she put her on the land? So, you would go. Life on board on a ship like that. You have a detachment of women on board,
mm-hmm.
and so obviously, you've probably got your own areas of the ship you deal with, but then again, no, you're on a ship with everybody, so privacy kind of goes out the.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. But you know what? You're military, part of a team, and you're focused on your job. Would you do watches, and stuff? Once again, I can't really get into
on occasion.
Job.
On occasion, I did towards the end of my time.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted me to do watches
mm-hmm.
because it was considered ADP with computers.
Yes.
Yes, my system would go through, but I didn't need to be up there because I was on call no matter what in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, my system doesn't work. Got to go up.
Got to take care of it.
Eventually, towards the end, people got mad. How come they get to sleep and they don't get to do watch?
Yeah.
And that's when it happened.
Right. So, and after 9/11, so you're in Italy. And stuff. And so we're 2 years later, you said, so we were knee deep in combat, as a nation.
And also in NATO.
And so you were in Italy. And, of course, it was kind of cool, and stuff. Once again, you're in a port there.
Yeah, there's a nice little port. It's actually not many people know.
Yeah.
It's called Gaeta.
Mm-hmm.
It's in between Rome and Naples,
mm-hmm.
exactly in the middle.
Yeah.
And when we arrived, we left at the end of January
mm-hmm.
from Virginia on our en route to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And when we arrived in Italy, it was February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, Pope John Paul II was already sick. He
mm-hmm.
was dying.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Italy when he died.
Mm.
So we were already advised, do not go to Vatican City. Do not go.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have everyone from around the world. Sure enough, everyone from around the world was already out there covering
mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
We were just advised not to because there's just stay back.
Yeah.
And we all did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, a great experience there, Do they give you your little books on how to speak Italian?
Actually, no, they didn't.
No, they didn't?
I had my own.
Yeah.
So, actually what happened, there was a massive gate.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you want to come and get to the ship, you have to meet with the Italian military.
Mm-hmm.
They let you through. Then you got to meet me on the pier.
Yeah.
You got to meet me first, and then you can get up to the quarterdeck.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked. But we worked with a military Italian.
Yeah. So, so you spent how long over there?
1 year.
1 year over there. And then you came back to the States, finished off, you said 5 years? 4 years?
I was 3 months shy of 5.
3 months stuff. And so you came back from that tour, you came back and did what back here?
I could not get a job doing what I did, even though I had a top secret security clearance.
Really?
Couldn't get anything. I was actually a group of the 2006 veterans. A lot of us didn't get information. They didn't help anyone that was in Iraq or Afghanistan. They weren't told go straight to the VA to get your benefits. Get going on that. So that's where my husband comes in. He has PTSD, severe. He's barely going now to go get help. Me, just could not get a job. I ended up working Pizza Hut. I worked at Disneyland Resort. I was PhotoPass.
Nice.
That's when they were phasing out Kodak.
Yeah.
I was one of the second batch that got hired on. Loved doing what I did.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite jobs.
Yeah.
I really loved it. And went back to Pizza Hut again. Now, fast forward, finishing my degree, and I got California Psych as a behavioral instructor, work with children with autism.
Right. Wow. It's amazing. Of course, all that experience in Italy, you would come back and work at a pizza place. So
geez, I was not impressed.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
No.
No?
Not even. I was so upset, but you know what? A job is a job.
Yeah, absolutely.
I needed some money. It was bad.
Yeah, and you met your husband when?
We met in 2008 when I came from Maine, because I lived in Maine for a year. I came back. I had my son. Well, he had a daughter, and we met and took it from there.
Yeah.
And we've been together almost 9 years now.
Right. So, thinking of, your struggles with the VA and things like that, you ended up at DeVry University, and you were going to school on a GI Bill?
I was using, I'm actually the Chapter 30, which is the GI Bill, but I switched to post 9/11. Better benefits. You have to have one class on site. Perfect. Yeah. And it helped with us a lot.
Yeah, so perfect. So we'll come back with our last segment here and stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about what's going on now with you, and kind of wrap this up, okay?
Okay.
We'll be right back here with Amanda. I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.